gorgeous girls and beautiful boys, men and women. All right, okay. Hello, gorgeous girls and beautiful boys, men and women. I did not say it very well. Hello, gorgeous girls and beautiful boys, men and women. Right, that's the way. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Timi Nicolayo, and I am a product manager. All right, so what do we do on this channel? We help entry level product managers. So if you have decided that, oh, I want to become a product manager, but I really do not know where to start from, I want to understand what product management is, but I've seen so many things online and they are all confusing, right? This channel is for you to get you out of that confusing state and bring you into clarity. You get me? All right, so that's what we do here. We explain everything product management in a very simple, easy to understand way. Do you get? So yes, that is what we do on this channel, and it is not just for entry level product managers alone. If you're also an experienced product manager, you can always join us here, just checking on us. Okay, what are these people doing today? What are they talking about? What can I share? What experience do I have? Let me just drop few tips for them. Do you get? Yes, so it's always good when we have like everybody interacting together, right? So yes, I think we've done a lot on go-to-market strategy, market feeds, and all of that. So today I want to talk about something different, and this topic is going to be in two parts, either two or three parts, because it's actually a very robust topic, and I don't just want to have like a very lengthy video. You might get confused if it is very, very long. Do you understand me? So I think it's going to be like two parts or three parts, right? So yes, that's what we are going to do. So I got certified as a Scrum Master a few months ago, and like I said in one of my videos, one thing that happens is that, okay, let's say in our own country, in Nigeria, right? Sometimes you work as a product manager and also a scrum master. Your organization may not be able to like afford hiring a product manager and a scrum master, so they expect that you as a product manager should be able to do like scrum roles. You should be able to work as a scrum master, right? So I know that there are also scrum masters in Nigeria, but one thing I've seen is that most product managers also try to get knowledge about scrum mastery, why scrum masters also want to know about product management. Do you get? But when you're in Nigeria, it is difficult to differentiate what those two roles are. But the truth is that you will find yourself doing both roles sometimes without even knowing that you're actually working as a product manager and also a scrum master. But I just want to give like an introduction to what we are going to be talking about today. Are we clear? All right, so today we are going to be talking about Scrum, Kanban, and Agile. So they are like methodologies, right? So we are going to, before we even go deep into what Scrum Mastery is, let us talk about Scrum versus Kanban versus Agile. What's the difference? So yes, that is what we are going to be talking about today. So by the end of this video, you have complete let's say like you have like a better understanding of what Scrum, Kanban, and Agile are, like what differentiates those three words. Do we get it? So, and you also know how to implement the right methodology for your specific solution. So let's get into it. If you're a product manager who is ever felt lost in a sea of methodology buzzwords, we have a lot of buzzwords. In fact, I feel like in product management, right, we have a lot of acronyms, lots of buzzwords, and sometimes you be like, hey, what are they saying again today? So if you've been in meetings where people use Agile, Scrum, and Kanban interchangeably, this video will change everything. So I'm going to show you not just what these methodologies are, but when to use them, how to implement them, and most importantly, how to avoid the costly mistakes that derail so many teams. But what we are going to talk about is just like probably the difference while we go into the mistakes, the other part of the discussion probably next week, right? So the first part we are going to be talking about is the foundation, understanding Agile. So when you hear Agile, agility, what do you think about? Somebody that is powerful, somebody that is strong, somebody that is energetic, right? That is what's like you are agile, you are strong. That is what comes to mind, right? So now let's start with the biggest misconception. Agile is not a methodology. If you are taking a Scrum master certification exam, right, they're always asking you that question just to see if you really know if it is a framework or a methodology. Do you get? So agile is not a methodology. It is not a methodology. It's a philosophy. So think of agile as the why behind everything we do in modern product management or product development. So why do we do it this way? Why do we use this approach? That is agile for you. So back in 2001, right, 17 software developers got together and said there has to be a better way than this rigid documentation heavy processes that take forever and often build the wrong thing. Like, they came together and they decided that okay, this approach that we are following, there is a way that we can make it better. There has to be a way to make it better. It's not like you cutting corners, but there is just, and there should be like an easier way to it, easier efficient way to this thing, rather than we just going through all the process. So they created the Agile Manifesto, which is not a set of rules, it's just set of values. Do you understand me? So it's not like, oh, you must follow this, you must follow this, but it's just a set of value. So the first one is individuals and interaction over processes and tools. I really want you to pay attention because this will help you a lot in your product management journey. So the first value is individuals and interactions over processes and tools. This just explains that your team's ability to communicate and collaborate matters more than the fancy project management software you use. So instead of just saying that, oh, you know what, everybody, this is what we want to use, this is just what we want to do, we want to start using Jira, we want to start using Trello, we want to start, like, you are not building that relationship with your team members. So talking to your team members, the ability to communicate and collaborate with them, right, it matters a lot than the processes and matters a lot than the software management tool that you want to introduce to them. Do you get? You can decide that, oh, it is Excel sheet we want to start using, as long as probably it's saved in the cloud. You can always go there, take it out whenever you want to use it. Having that agreement with your team members, it's far better than processes. It matters. It is more efficient than just saying, okay, these are the processes, these are the tools, this is the laid out rule, this is how we do it here. We are so rigid, we are not flexible, we are not. So you get my point. So I've seen teams succeed with nothing but sticky notes and whiteboards. I've seen people that the only thing they use is Excel. I've seen people that they really do not like Jira. They will tell you that, see, everything we need to do, we just need to create one Excel sheet, create multiple one Excel document, create multiple sheets, rename those sheets to reflect what we are currently developing, and that's what they've used throughout their product development stage. Do you get? You see all those Jira. I'm not saying that Jira is not good. I use Jira, I use Trello, but I'm saying that individuals and interaction over processes and tools. So there are organizations that they use sticky notes, whiteboards, and I've seen things fall despite having every premium tool available. Premium tool that you even give them, they don't even know how to use it. You just tell them that, oh, today is this tool that is trending now. You introduce it to your team. You don't even ask them that, guys, do you think we should switch into this thing? Do you get? So that's the first value. The second one is working software over comprehensive documentation. I know that there are so many organizations that where they are always fixated on is their documentation, comprehensive documentation. I'm not saying that you will not document. In fact, as a product manager, you should know how to document properly. You should know how to versionize your document. Oh, this is version 1.1, version 1.2. You should know how to do all of that. But if your software is not working, the thing that you are not developing, if it's not working, share is the documentation you go and give to your customer. That customer read it, it will work. When you read it, you'll be able to use it. It is only achievable when you read our documentation, our documents, our PRD. No, if your software is not working, there is nothing with documentation. In fact, there are some products that I know that it is after they've developed that the only thing they will create is just PRD. Then from that PRD, they'll be able to bring out small FRD. And after that, the only thing they will just be doing is, let's start developing. After they develop one module, the product manager will go back to go and document based on what has been built, not based on what is in the requirement document. But see, these are very wrong processes. They are wrong practices. You should have like a documentation, proper documentation. Then after, you can always add whatever has been added, whatever has been removed, whatever modification, add it to that document, versionize it. Oh, this is version 1.1, version 1.2. Do you get? But working software over comprehensive documentation. In fact, I'm always saying it. Developers do not read your documents. They would rather want to get on a call with you few minutes. They don't like staying on the call for too long. Just want to sit on the call with you and let you explain. Just send them very short summary of what you want, and they are good to go. If there is any issue, they can always come back to you. But referring them to that document, it doesn't work. So this doesn't mean that there is no documentation. It means don't spend 3 months writing specs when you could build a prototype in 3 weeks and learn 10 times more. Do you understand me? So that's what I'm trying to say. Now, the third value is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Hey, you just want to collect the customer's money. You don't want to like collaborate with them. You don't want to ask customers what they really want. They just want to say, okay. So when do we sign? What's that thing called? I've forgotten now. When do we sign? Hey, Chineki. All right, no problem. I'll remember. There is this thing that we always running after customers to sign, like, oh yeah, we've heard, we are going to do it, we are going to do it. So instead of trying to define everything upfront and then arguing about scope changes, work with your customers throughout the process. Do you get? Build, show, learn and repeat. That is how you do it. Build, show, learn and repeat. Build, show them, okay, you said you want this in version 1, we've done it, this is our version 1, let's test it. Oh, okay, so we want this thing we want this thing to be this way, not this way. You interact with them, you know what they want. Don't just say the first meeting that you people had is the only meeting. You need to always communicate with them. You need to tell them where you at every point. Like, okay, this is where we are. This is what we've done so far, please come and check it, let's test it together, let's see, come and see the color. Is it the color that you want? Is it the color of the organization? Because we have people that will say, oh, whatever application that we are building, we want it to reflect the color of the organization. Because I know that organizations have color, they have like their own colors and all of that. So you should do customer collaboration over contract negotiation, please. Now, the fourth value is responding to change over following a plan. Now, this is very dicey, in the sense that responding to change, not two days to launch you, when you've already done everything. You've done everything we've mentioned. You've done customer collaboration. Now that customer is now coming, need quarter to launch, that way they want to change so many things on the application. Like they want to change like 80% of what has been developed. That's crazy. That's like one of product managers' worst nightmare. Like, what do you mean? So you should be able to respond as you are developing, right? As you are developing, you should be able to respond to change. Okay, we've done this version 1, or we've done this module. What am I even saying? We've done this module. Customer, come and see. What do you think this is okay? Do you want us to change anything? Over saying that, oh, we've had just one meeting at the beginning of this development thing, and that is what we are going to follow through to the end. You will develop, you will go back to developing. Maybe you want to follow one plan, you are going to go back. So the plan serves you, not the other way around. So the plan, right, it serves you, not the other way. So plans are very, very important. But when you learn something new about your customers or markets, be willing to pivot. So it's not just like say, oh, I'm only going to do this thing. No, plans are good to guide you. It helps you to see, for example, if you write your product requirement document, you know the mission, you know the objective, you know what you are trying to build, right? It guides you. But when you see that there is a change in the trend, there is a change in the markets, what the customers are requesting for, you should be able to pivot into it, as long as it is good. Do you get? So the plan serves you, not the other way around. So here is what being agile actually looks like in practice. You are building a new feature. Instead of spending 6 months building exactly what was in the original requirement, you build a basic version in 4 weeks. Do you get? So you don't just do everything that we want to build from A to Z. We are going to build it. We are just going to stay in production for 6 months. We are not going to test. We are not going to do anything. So what you are going to do is you build a basic version in 4 weeks. Okay, that is 1 month. This is what we've been able to accomplish. You show it to users. Do we understand? This is the MVP, right? You understand? We've spoken about MVP. So you show the basic version to your users. You discover they actually need something slightly different. That is agile practice. It's not just like starting, there is no pause. We are going to start like this, and the only time we hear stop is when we finish. No. So if you discover they actually want or they need something new, slightly different, what do? You adjust. That is agile thinking. You are not just like, it's not just a one-way trip. You can always go back. As you do it, as you build that basic version, you reach out to your customer and you do all of those things. So the 12 principles that support this value include things like delivering working software frequently. Okay, this is our first MVP. Let us test it with the customers. Let us see what customers are saying. Welcoming changing requirements. Like I said, when you communicate with your customers, you'll be able to get their feedback. There will be changes they want to make. There is no product that during development something was not changed. Do you get? So there will be like, okay, you welcome changing requirements and you must maintain a sustainable pace. Even when you do those things, like you build basic version in weeks, right? You'll be able to like see work will be better. Okay, you know that, oh, with this first module, we've gotten like go ahead, we can go ahead and move to the next module. Everybody is clear, we've gotten like everybody has signed off on it, like okay, this is fine, we can move to the next module. It helps you with your pace. You know how many things has been worked on, you know work done, you know work to be done, you know everything that you've completed. You can track your progress that way. But here's the key insight, right? Agile tells you what to value, but it doesn't tell you how to implement those values. So it tells you, okay, this is what you need to prioritize, but it doesn't tell you how you need to implement those things you want to prioritize. So that's where frameworks like Scrum and Kanban comes in. So you know that Agile is not a methodology, it's a philosophy. Why Kanban and what's it called? Kanban and Scrum, those are the frameworks. Do you get now? So we are going to now discuss our best friend, Scrum, Scrum, Scrum. What's Scrum? What's Scrum? What's Scrum? Yeah. So we are going to talk about Scrum now. I hope I've been able to like explain what agile is. So now let's go into Scrum. So yes, the second part is Scrum. Everyone knows Scrum, everyone knows Scrum, everyone knows Scrum. So what is Scrum? Scrum is like having a structured gym routine. So for example, I started going to the gym, I've started working out and all of that, and I have like a structured plan. Mondays to Thursdays I'm going to be at the gym. Fridays I'm going to like rest, then Saturday I go to the gym, I rest on Sunday, then Monday we are back. It's like having a structured plan. You know exactly when you are working out. Okay, every Monday, every okay, let's say Mondays to Thursdays I will go from 5 to 7. They said it's not that, what are you doing in the gym for 2 hours? But yeah, I know, like from 5 to 7 I'm going to be there, and I know what exercises I'm doing. Today is it leg day, tomorrow is it upper body, am I building strength, am I carrying weights, am I just going to be jumping ropes and all of that? Do you get? So I know what exercises I'm going to be doing, and I know how to measure my progress. Oh, today, oh, I was able to do XYZ. Okay, today my face, before I started the gym, my face look puffy, but this week it's looking like it's coming down. There is no cheek to pull, there is no, I'm getting my butt, my flesh is getting firmer and all of those things. So you can measure your progress. So Scrum was created by Jeff Sutherland and Ken Schwabar. I cannot pronounce it. Sorry. So in the early 1990s, and it was inspired by Harvard Business Review article about rugby. Do you understand? So where the whole thing moves together toward the goal. So you are working as a team. You are looking at it like, okay, what do we need to do next? Everybody, you cannot go outside of this line. This is how it is. This is how we are going to do our thing. Nobody can go out. You have to just follow the plan. So let's break it down, right? We have Scrum framework, and it has like the roles, the 5 events, and also the 3 artifacts. So we have 3 roles, the 5 events, and also 3 artifacts. So let me just break it down. The first one we are going to talk about is what are the 3 roles in Scrum. Like the Scrum framework, we said it has 3 roles. What are those roles? So the first one is product owner. So That's often you as the product manager, right? Like I said, sometimes you'll be working as a product manager, you're working as a product owner, you're working as a scrum master in one organization, in a well-defined organization, right? Those are three different roles. But in some organization, they don't even understand what product owner. They're like, what's the difference between a product owner and product manager? You will do everything together. Do we get? So you is going to be the product owner. You as a product manager, you're also going to work as a product owner. So you are responsible for the product backlog, defining what gets built, and also ensuring that the team builds the right thing. So you are the voice of the customer and the business as the product owner. Again, you are going to be responsible for the product backlog. You know what product backlog is? What have we not developed? What is still in our book to do? That is your product backlog. Like, what is everything, this version that we want to build, we already have like a bucket where we put every of those features. Those are your backlog. Do you get? So you also define what gets built. Okay, oh, we want to build this particular app, we need to start from this part. You define what gets built. What, okay, in version 1, what are we going to push out? You as the product owner slash product manager, now you are going to be doing that and ensuring the team builds the right thing. Nobody on the team is going to do what is not said to be done. Do you get? So you ensure you keep track that you people, you are actually doing the right thing. Glory be to God. So that is what you as the product manager is going to be doing. So you are the voice of the customer and also the business. Now the second role is the scrum master, SM. The first one is PO. When you get PO, product owner, SM, scrum master. So think of them as the team's coach and is impediment remover. I remember that there was this day that we were having a conversation on product management and Scrum Mastery, da da da. And somebody was like, wait, Scrum Master, they just sit there. They will just be removing impediments. They don't write product requirement document. They don't. And I'm like, see, you guys should just calm down. It's not like these people are not doing so much. So you think of them as the team's coach and impediment remover. So they are not project managers. I have a video where I explained it. Scrum Masters are not project managers. You can have a project manager on a project and you don't need a scrum master. If you have a scrum master on a project, you may likely not need a project manager also. So they are process facilitators who help the team follow scrum principles and remove obstacles. So there are scrum principles. This is how we do it. This is how, so they are the ones ensuring that everybody in that development team, right, you follow this approach, and they also help remove impediments. Do you get? Impediment, like if you have a blocker, oh, I'm not able to do something because my laptop is bad, you go to your scrum master, you tell your scrum master, the scrum master will direct it to the product owner that, oh, this thing is going to affect our timeline, let's get into it. Do you understand now? Now the development team, now when you get the development team, it's not just developers, so they put everybody, every other person outside of product owner and scrum master under the development team. So the people who actually build the product in Scrum, right? The people that build that product, they are called developers, development team rather. So we have one. You can have your quality. Yeah, I think they're also under the development team. Yeah, the QA, the designers, yes, those people are also on that development team. You have your designers, you have QA, you have everybody that will contribute to the progress of that project. They are going to be under the development team. So in Scrum, right, this team is self-organizing and cross-functional. So it's not just one team. You are working as the product owner, you are working with the Scrum master, you're also working with the development team. So when they say cross-functional team, that means you are working with engineering department, designer, sales, and everybody. That is the entire development team. So the 5 events, you know, I said we have 3 roles, we have 5 events, and we have 3 artifacts. Now the 5 events, the first one is sprint planning. Sprint planning. When you hear sprint, what do? You are running, Abby. You are running. You are planning how to run. Exactly. Yes, you are planning how to run. No, so this is where the magic starts. So the team looks at the product backlog and commits to what they can deliver in the upcoming sprint. Do you get? So that is what sprint planning is. You saying that, oh, everybody, hello, we just got a document for XYZ project, let's come together on so day so that we can start planning. So everybody, you sit together and you start you start assigning duties, like, okay, this is what we want to build, this is what we have in our backlog, and this is what we'll commit to do in the next sprint. So our sprint is going to be like 2 weeks. Do you get? Or let's say we want to do 2 weeks, that's like 10 working days, right? So we are going to start on Monday, we'll finish in 2 weeks time. That is the sprint planning that we want to do. But here's a pro tip, right? Don't just focus on what to build. You need to spend time understanding why you are building it. Like I said, so many people just want to rush into solution. They don't want to even understand what the problem is. So don't just focus on this is what we want to build. Understand why we are building that thing. So I always start sprint planning with a reminder of current objectives and success metrics. So a good start, a good sprint planning, right, answers three questions. What can we deliver this sprint? This sprint that we said is going to be for 2 weeks. What is feasible? What can we develop? What can we deliver within the sprint? How are we going to do the work? Who is going to do what? Who is going to do this? How are we going to do it? And why is this work valuable right now? This thing that we've committed to do, why is it valuable right now? That is the first thing, sprint planning. Now the second thing is daily scrum. For inclusivity, we don't say daily stand up, we say daily scrum call. Because really daily stand up, it's not daily stand up, it's now daily scrum call, DSC. Do you get? So now this is actually meant to be for 15 minutes, but you people be doing daily scrum call for 30 minutes, for 1 hour. You are breaking the principle. Yes, it's meant to be 15 minutes. It's not where you start deliberating on who did this, who did this, what did you do, why did you do it. No. So daily scrum call is meant to be for 15 minutes, and it's just stand up, like just scrum. Okay, so now let me break it down. The idea was that when people sit down, right, they are relaxed, but when people are standing, they are tired, so you need to do that thing immediately. So that is the idea about the daily scrum call. So it's just for 15 minutes. It's not a status meeting for managers. I really need to break this down because so many people get it wrong. The daily scrum call is not a status meeting for managers. It is not. So it's for the team to synchronize and plan the next 24 hours. You people, let's get together. Let's see what we want to do in the next 24 hours. Okay, this 9 to 5, abi, is it 8 to 4 you people are doing? What are we going to achieve within this period? So each person answers, what did I complete yesterday? You as the scrum master, you are going to ask them, hey, philanthropist, or what's your name, what are you able to like achieve yesterday? They'll tell you, okay, I did this. You check the board, okay, they said they are going to complete this task, they were able to complete it. Tell them, now that is what you are going, what did you complete yesterday? So when you ask those questions, right, it helps to meet the sprint goal. Do you get? You already have like your sprint goal, this is what we are going to achieve in this sprint, so it helps you to manage that goal. So what will I work on today, and what obstacles are impeding my progress? Those are the three things, those are the three updates you want to get during the daily scrum call. The first one, what did I do yesterday? What am I going to do today? Do I have any obstacle? Do I have any blocker? We don't say maybe obstacle, we say blockers. We are experiencing blocker. So you ask them, okay, this is what I'm doing today. This was what I was able to achieve yesterday, and presently I have this blocker. If you don't have any blocker, we're actually praying that you do not have any blocker. Do we understand that part? Now let's go. What I've learned is that the best scrum call focus on the sprint goal, not just individual task. We are looking at your task against our sprint goal. How close are we to that sprint goal? How far are we away from our sprint goal? Do we understand? So instead of I worked on tickets 1 2 3, try I completed the user authentication flow, which gets us closer to our goal of launching the MVP. Do you understand? That way you have the mission, you have the objective of that project inclined or aligned rather into what you are doing every day, your daily tasks. you are collaborating with the other team members to ensure that you people get something out of the goal. Now the other part is the sprint review. We said sprint planning, we also said daily scrum call. Now the third one is the sprint review. So at the end of each sprint, okay, we said the sprint is going to be for 2 weeks. At the end of that sprint, right, we are going to now like come together. We would demonstrate what we have built to stakeholders. Do you get? So we are going to now come together and say, okay, oh, this thing that we've done, oh, we are going to now demonstrate it to our stakeholders. So this is not just a demo, it is a feedback section. So let's say we've done this thing for 2 weeks now. We can now go back to our stakeholders and say, oh, this is what we've been able to do, and we just want you to see, we are open to taking feedback from you. So the key is to show working software and gather insights that we influence for future sprints. That is what you are trying to do. You are trying to create like to show them that, oh, we've been able to do this thing and it is working, and we want to get the feedback from you to help us in our next sprint. That is what the sprint review is. Now the fourth one is sprint retrospective. Now people do mistake, they do confuse rather sprint review and sprint retrospective together. They are not the same. Review is with your stakeholders to get feedback from them. Retrospective is with the team members, the development team. So this might be the most important event. You know, when you are when you are working with different people, things may happen during that, even the short 2 weeks. Some things may happen. Probably somebody was the one blocking somebody. Maybe it's not even like software or anything software related that caused the blocker. Probably is even human that blocked you. Maybe the front end developer did not do what the back end developer, probably the endpoints that was created by the back end developer, the front end developer did not. You know, you have so many things that can happen during the development process. Do you get? So this sprint retrospective, it is actually one of the most important events. The team reflects on how they work together and identifies improvements. Oh, this was it, oh, I was able to work very well with the back end and the front end developer. We did so much, we did this was what we were able to achieve together. So the question is not what went wrong, but how can we be more effective? Okay, we know that some things happened, but how can we do better? What can we do better? How can we probably we went over the sprint, the sprint goal, right? We did not achieve it. Okay, what happened? How can we work in our next sprint to achieve our goal effectively and efficiently? That is what we are going to be talking about. Then the last one is product backlog refinement. So this ongoing activity involves adding detail, estimate, and order to backlog items. Okay, so we said we've taken out of, let's say we have like 100 backlog items, we've done 20. We were meant to do like 25. Now what do? The 5 that is outstanding, how do we manage it? So it's an ongoing activity that involves adding detail, estimate, and order to backlog items. So I recommend spending about 10% of your capacity on this. Again, working software over comprehensive documentation. Now the 3 artifacts, and I think we should just stop on Scrum because I feel like we've spoken a lot. We can go to Kanban next week. So let's just quickly round up Scrum today, right? So now product backlog is the first one. The 3 artifacts, we have product backlog. So your prioritized list of features. Are we listening? You know, I explained it just a few seconds ago. Now it is your prioritized list of features, user stories, and requirements. Oh, this backlog, oh, we have module 1, module 2, 3, 4, 5, but these are the prioritized list of features. Under module 1, these are the features, these are the user stories, these are the acceptance criteria, and our requirements. So as a product manager, right, this is your primary tool. Your product backlog is where you'll be picking everything. The tasks that will be done is from that product backlog. So this is your primary tool. Each item should have a clear definition of done. If we say that we want to our onboarding process, we are going to be using email address and password. Now if we use username and password, is that thing done? Is that what we said we are going to do? No, it is not. So it should have a clear definition of done and be valuable to users or the business. What we said we are going to do, it must be valuable to the users and also the business. It is always the users and always the the business. Do we get? Now the second artifact is sprint backlog. So the sprint backlog is the item selected for the current sprint plus a plan for delivering them, those items that we said, okay, from our product backlog, we've picked some things that we are going to do in this sprint, right? Now the items that we've selected for this current sprint plus a plan for delivering them, sprint, that's our sprint backlog. So this is owned by the development team. The product backlog is owned by the product manager, but the sprint backlog is actually owned by the development team. So we have the third one, which is increments. So the potentially how do I describe the increment? So the potentially shippable products, that is your increment. Okay, this part though, where we've completed this part, we can move this part out. So that is like the potentially shipped product increment created during the sprint. Let's use the onboarding tool. We said, okay, we are going to use email and password. We now use username and password. Again, that is not the definition of them, because what we said is that we are going to use user email and password. So the potentially shippable product increment created during the sprints, that thing that we will now go and do review, the sprint review with the stakeholders, that is your increment. So the keyword here is potentially shippable, probably MVP, right? So even if you don't ship it, it should be ready to ship. Even if you don't, it is not the entire thing, right? You can still demo it. That is your increment. So when do we now say Scrum? This is when we can use Scrum. So Scrum excels when you are building complex products with lots of unknowns. So when you are building something, let's say you want to build like an e-commerce application, you already know what e-commerce application is, but you are not sure how the whole thing is going to, you just have an idea because you've used e-commerce application, but now you are building one, you really do not know that, okay, this is what is going to happen during development. So you are best at using Scrum. So Scrum excels when you are building complex products with lots of unknowns. So think new product development, major feature additions, or when you are entering new markets, right? The regular feedback loops help you course correct quickly. So when you are getting feedback, right, it helps you to, okay, this is the feedback that we've gotten, let's quickly adjust some things, let's quickly modify some things. So that is how you use Scrum. That is when it is best, when you are building like a complex product, that is when it is best to use Scrum. So I've seen Scrum transform team at companies like Shopify. I've seen even in my organization, right, we do Scrum, we use Scrum framework a lot. So that is it. If you are working on very complex products and you really do not know the trajectory, you just know that this is where the end goal is, this is the goal of what we are trying to build, but you don't know how things can go. What do they call it? Something can eat the roof. I don't want to say the word, but when they say something can eat the roof, you don't you the on the last part, the ending or the process rather, is not clear to you. So it's better for you to use Scrum, so that as you are building, you are doing review, you are getting feedback, you are having your customers on board to test it, you are getting feedback, you can go back to your product backlog, you can modify things, you can adjust, you can always move around with everything that you are doing. So that is Scrum. So with this short, I know it's not short, it's very long. I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you on what Agile and Scrum are. Do we understand it? So we are just going to stop here this week. I really do not want it to, I don't want to make it too bulky. So from next week we are just going to talk about Scrum challenges, then we go into Kanban, we go into so many other things. I feel like it's going to be like in 4 parts or 3 parts, but yes. So that is what we are going to do from next week. So yes, we've come to the end of the video this week. To be honest, I hope that you've been able to like pick some things. Probably there are some things that were not so clear to you. You now understand them, you understand them better. Do we get? So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thank to everybody that subscribed. I really need to say this, we have 200 subscribers. I think this should have been at the beginning of the video, but I'm sorry, I just need to say it now. Thank you so much. It's I feel like giving each one of you a hug. Like, thank you so much. I feel very motivated, and I'm not saying this because, yeah, but I feel I have agility. Like, to be honest, thank you so so much. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. I feel like it's a Scrum approach we use because I was not certain about how it's going to. Okay, I'm saying so much. All right, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. I sincerely want to give each one of you hugs. Like, let me just give you probably 2 2 seconds, 2 2 seconds. But thank you so much. I am sincerely grateful. Thank you so much. God bless you. Until I see you next week, don't forget to like. Yeah, don't forget to like. If you just watching that video for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. Bring your friends in. Let us come and watch this video together. And don't forget to share, right? There are so many communities, product management community, Scrum Master communities. Share this video with them. Let them hear my very beautiful voice. You get. And what else? What else? I think that's it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, drop a comment. If there is something you still want to know, just drop a comment for me. We can pick it up from there next week. And yeah, God bless you. Have a splendid week. Bye.